Hello everyone, welcome back with the fifth lecture. Today our topic is business laws. We will study differently the business and the laws. The business comprises all profit seeking activities and enterprises that provide goods and services necessary to an economic system. Now I'll talk about laws. It refers to the principles and regulations established by a government applicable to people and enforced by judicial decision. Now, meaning and definition of business laws. Business laws is that portion of the legal system which guarantees an orderly conduct of business affairs and the settlement of legitimate disputes in a just manner. It establishes a set of rules and prescribes conduct to order to avoid misunderstandings and injury in our business relationship. Now, the scope of commercial or business laws. It will have three laws: law of contract, law of sales of good, and economic and other legislation. First is law of contract that deals with any agreement which may be in particular or general with the individuals belonging to the society and also of various commercial activities. After that, we will study the law of sales of goods that deals with the agreement between one trader to another trader with only commercial transactions. After that, we will study about the economic and other legislation that will deal with term as general law, deals with both the business and society, which sets the rules towards rights, duties and obligations for any category of people in the society. After that, we will study some law with their nature and terms that are seen as act. First is MRTP Act, that is called Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices Act 1969. After that, Environmental Protection Act 1986. This is the most important act in business nowadays because we are talking about the people, profit, planet. Now we will study about the Patents Act 1970. See, here's a printing mistake of parents. It's not parents, it's patents. The Sikh Industrial Companies Social Provision Act 1985. The Consumer Protection Act 1986. The Securities Contracts and Regulation Act 1956. After that, it comes the Foreign Exchange Management Act and so on. We will study about MRTP Act 1969. We will learn about the date, that year, that is 1969. What is MRTP practices? Basically, monopolistic and restrictive trade practices. It was enacted in 1969 first of all. The act aims to prevent concentrations of economic powers in hands of few. After that, it protects consumer interests to provide for the control of monopolies. It prohibits the monopolistic and restrictive trade practices. It extends to the whole of India except Jammu and Kashmir. Repealed in Competition Act 2002 with few changes in. Objectives of MRTP. The first is the prevention of concentration of economic power to the common determinant, control of monopolies, prohibition of monopolistic trade practices, prohibition of restrictive trade practices, prohibition of unfair trade practices. After that, it comes under, we will try to understand what are the MTP, means monopolistic trade practices. So monopolistic trade practices comes under the forms who are involved in MTP tries to eliminate competition from the market, that is monopoly, then take advantages of their monopoly and charge reasonably high prices. After that, they deteriorate the product quality, limit technical development, prevent competition and adopt unfair trade practices. After that, we will come out with the restrictive trade practices. First is refusal to deal, second is tie-up sales, then full line forcing, then price discrimination, then resale price maintenance, the area restriction, etc. Unfair trade practices. It deals with the false representation and misleading advertisement of goods and services. It also deals with the falsely representing second-hand good as new, giving false facts regarding sponsorship, affiliation, etc. After that, it also misleads the representation regarding usefulness, need, quality, standard, style of good and services. It also represents the false claims or representation regarding price of goods and services. It also gives a false guarantee or warranty on goods and services without adequate tests. Now, Monopolistic and Restrictive Trade Commission, MRTPC. It was set up under the Section 5 of the Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practice Act 1969. It is a quasi-judicial body, means it acts like a tribunal or a judge. Inquire and take action in respect of unfair trade practices and restrictive trade practices upon its own knowledge or information and submit its finding to central government for further action. Non-applicability of MRTP Act. What comes under non-applicability? The government company and undertaking on by government company. Second one is company established by a central or state act. Then trade union or labor union. Effects of MRTP Act. The liberalization, privatization, globalization, LPG reforms that were done in 1991. Now, Foreign Exchange Management Act. Basically, these were the effects. First was the 1991 LPG reform. Second is FAMA Act 1999 and Competition Act 2002. First of all, we will talk about the Competition Act 2002. On December 16, 2002, the Lok Sabha passed a bill to replace the MRTP Act. It was also known antitrust law. So, what was known as antitrust law? That was the MRTP Act 1969, which replaced it, the Competition Act 2002. After that, the informants, it was enforced on 30th January 2003. The government made some amendments in 2007 and 9. It covers all India. Now we will not talk about the Jammu and Kashmir till the time of legislation made by the Legislative Assembly. And which industries are covered under it? Industries having 1000 crore of capital and annual turnover of 3000 crore more. So see you soon in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye everyone.